The choice for us is simple. If a budget brings down the cost of living, we'll support it. If it brings up the cost of living, just like every other Liberal budget, we will vote.
My name is Nico Lagan, and I'm too conservative for the Conservatives. My co-host, Rob Ambrose, not woke enough for the Liberals. We are the Political Orphans. As always, make sure to like and reshare this stream, but what we really want is to hear from you, so make sure to join us at the Political Orphans on YouTube and join the conversation. What's going on, man?
What's happening, brother? Yeah, I agree with Pam here. I hate the time change. It's pitch black out at 6. Yeah, I didn't even know it was. I had asked. I asked Nico before the show because I was like, "What the fuck? Why is it dark? Why is it dark so early?" Because I haven't heard anything about it, but it changed on my phone, so that's good. Automatically.
That's always good, huh?
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see. Pierre Poilievre does not want an election, but let's see if it's gonna happen. By the way, before we start, just want to say tomorrow, Jason Levine, myself, Nadine Wellwood, and Rob Anders will be covering the federal budget, the tabling of the federal budget starting at 4 p.m. tomorrow. So join us. We have an old Rob Ambrose is an MPP, and Nadine Wellwood's a financial specialist, so we'll be able to review. It's not just going to be two yahoos talking about the budget.
Nice.
We will actually have experts to make us sound smart. So join us right here, 4 p.m. tomorrow. Yeah, that's it. What was I going to say?
That's the housekeeping stuff. Pam asked us, what are you both expecting from the budget? It's hard. I mean, clearly the Liberals clearly want it to fall, which is crazy because you've got the Liberals presenting the budget and they want it to fail. And you've got the Conservatives who probably want it to pass. Not that they want it to pass, but they want, they don't want an election. Now, what Poilievre said there, I don't know. It sounds like they've decided to probably not pass it.
Well, I will show the full video because that was literally 10 seconds of a minute and a half, 2-minute video. Like, I think it's a minute.
Because what did he say, right? Like, if it raises the cost of living, and you know it will, right? Of course it will. So
it's a Liberal budget.
yeah. So it's not gonna. When Poilievre says that, it makes me think that they've decided that they can't pass it. And you know, it's kind of like what we talked about last night. You know, they're in a hard spot. Carney, it's a solid move, a solid political move for for Carney and the Liberals. It's bad for Canada, but for his for his narrow for their for their raw power grab, their attempt to get a majority, it's smart because it probably will cause an election. Now, of course, if they don't get a majority or if they lose the election, it'll go down as one of the all-time political blunders of modern Canadian history.
You know, I don't like that part. I don't like that the government in power can literally call an election when they want. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I really, really don't like it. I like the set boundaries, like let's say 4 years.
Yep.
Yeah, it bothers me. I don't like that because it's such a political play.
Yeah. Oh, of course it is. Now,
exactly right now, they're not gonna say out loud that they're never going to admit that they need a majority in order to pass Bill C2, C8, C9, C63, because they're already starting to see pushback, and I don't see that stopping at all. So they know they need a majority in order to ram through their bullshit that they want to pass. And now they're just going to table, I got a feeling at least, they're going to table a shitty budget to make sure that the bloc doesn't vote for it. And that the Conservative doesn't vote for it. Because the NDP earlier kind of made it sound like they might abstain from voting.
Okay.
At least the leader, the interim leader, what's his name? Don something. I can't remember what his name is. Either way. He was just, Don Davis. was saying that they might just abstain from voting, meaning that they're gonna pussy out, not give their opinions, putting it on the Bloc or the Conservatives to actually say yes or no. That could also be what Carney actually asked behind closed doors, right? Don't vote.
Yeah. It could be. It very well could be. Because one thing is, the Liberals clearly won election, but they can't let it be known they won election. They have to pretend like they don't want one, because people don't like that, right? People, there's a chance that backfires. It just, people don't like feeling like they're being played.
No.
And so Carney's got his work cut out for him, because he has to do it in such a way that seems like it's, being forced upon them by the Conservatives.
We tried our best. The Conservatives don't want it. Since we're on the subject, let's start right there. Let's I'll play the full video and you tell me. Like you seem to sound like you sound like you're saying that
I'd like to hear more. But gearing up to for an election, basically.
Yeah, see, I see it the complete opposite.
And I'd like to hear more of that speech. But to be clear, it's not that Poilievre wants an election. I think it's just that he recognizes that he's kind of been painted into a corner here, and he can't, because I think he just feels it would be probably politically too politically unpalatable to pass the budget, right? How would he justify that? I mean, personally, if I were advising him, I would say justify it by saying it's a garbage budget, but at the end of the day, I've heard from my constituents, Canadians don't want an election, so we're going to pass it for now. That's what I would do. That's what I would advise. But
I've been saying this for a week now. He has a golden goose that he chooses. He doesn't want to.
No, he doesn't want to. No, he doesn't.
And
want, he
just
doesn't
before
want to take a chance.
I can't remember what the name of the guy is, but he's a very popular conservative guy, like conservative content creator on X, and even him was saying, "Oh, you know what, man? Perfect time for us to become to go to the election and have a majority conservative." And I'm like, bro, your leader doesn't even want an election. As much as I agree with you, I would take a conservative majority right now way before any other government. Name it, sure. I would take it. But
sure,
you need to want it, and he clearly doesn't. And listen to this. Here's the speech. We'll talk about it afterwards if you want, but here is the full minute speech from Pierre Poilievre and not the finance minister. I can't remember what his name is, but he's replacing basically Carney in the House of Commons since he's not there again.
Tomorrow will be the 10th costly Liberal budget after they doubled housing costs, doubled the food bank lineups, and doubled the national debt. Now they're making exactly the same costly promises. And the Prime Minister says Canadians who can't afford to eat, heat, or house themselves need to make more, quote, sacrifices. The choice for us is simple. If a budget brings down the cost of living, we'll support it. If it brings up the cost of living, just like every other Liberal budget, we will vote no. So instead of trying to provoke a costly election on a costly budget, why not an affordable budget for an affordable life?
The Honourable Government House Leader.
Oh, sit down, you clowns.
Well, Mr. Speaker, obviously we've listened attentively to what the opposition have to say, and I think I just heard good news. The leader of the opposition saying that he's going to order his troops and himself, and they'll walk in here and support this great, affordable, liberal budget that's coming down tomorrow.
This is such a clown show, all of this.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. This is WWE for adults.
Everybody's waiting. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Can you, just listening to that 1 minute clip, seeing the leader of the opposition with what's his name? I should know this guy's name. Was it not showing? Steve McKinnon. He is the leader of the House. You listen to them, it looks like they like each other. Like you listen to them both, you're like,
oh, I'm sure
they're chummy. They're probably gonna have a drink, smoke a cigar after. after the House meeting.
Yeah.
It's,
there was a good one there
it's
when you said, when you called it, yeah. So
costly budget, costly election, affordable budget. Slogans.
Yo, you can.
You
Well,
know what I'm
costly
more
is clearly
interested.
the word costly.
it's
He's
been-
focus group.
Oh, yeah.
He's focus grouped that because he said it a million times.
So I don't see the closer we're coming to tomorrow to the budget being tabled, the
When
less
is the
I
actual
see
vote
it.
on the budget? By the way.
Well, it's being tabled tomorrow, so as far as I understand, we should know tomorrow.
Oh, is the vote
they
tomorrow?
normally vote.
Okay.
Yeah, they go, as far as I understand it, they go through tomorrow. So we should
Okay.
know pretty fucking soon.
Okay.
That's normally what happens when it's tabled, but we'll see. But it is such a clown show. It is just a clown show. It looks like they like each other. The closer we get to it, the more
They do.
I believe that
They do.
we're not going to see an election. Pierre Poilievre does not want one. The Liberal, I think I've been baiting at it to try to make us believe that it's something. The NDP might sit it out. So it's going to be you know what? You know what? It was better for Canada. That's what I'm seeing now. I
So,
don't
okay.
think they're going to go for it. I think it's just going to be, no matter what, I strongly believe that, forget the what I really believe, that it's that they're controlled opposition, right? Let's put that to the table, and let's assume that I believe that Pierre Poilievre really wants to make Canada better. I don't think he believes that he can do it. I don't think he's capable of doing it. He doesn't have the right chess pieces positioned in a way that it's perfect for him to win. He doesn't want to take a chance.
No.
So what I'm more curious about all of this, though, is I want to see the conservative supporters, the Pierre Poilievre supporters, try to explain why he voted yes for a costly Liberal budget. That is what I'm curious to see. I'm almost hoping he says he votes for it just so that I can see the mental gymnastic of the conservative followers of Poilievre to explain why they couldn't go to an election right now when Canada is being destroyed. I'm looking forward for that explanation.
So that's that's sort of why. So I agree with your basic premise that Poilievre does not want an election.
No.
But I'm going to go the other way. I think he's decided that they're going to have to vote it down, and they're going to go for one. And it's exactly because of the comment you just made. The part where he says, because why would he put himself in a position? Because now if he votes for this budget, he's admitting that, it's an affordable budget that lowers the cost of, like, the fact that he used that attack angle suggests to me that they're going to vote against it. Because I think if they were going to pass it, he wouldn't be saying that. He would be saying something like, it's a terrible budget, we're going to pass it anyways because we don't think the Canadian public wants an election right now. But for him to he's put himself in a position where if he approves the budget so that there's no election, he has basically given the Libs a massive win politically, because now all they have to do is play that clip of him saying, if they're gonna make it an affordable budget that lowers the cost of living, we'll support it. And then show him, and he supported it. So clearly it's an affordable, you know what I mean? Like, if he ends up going on to supporting it after saying that will be a massive own goal. That would be just idiotic. And I don't know that maybe he is that dumb, but the fact that he said that suggests to me that they're leaning towards voting it down.
We shall see. But now I'm curious. I really thought that once the budget is tabled, they vote on it like same day. Like, I was assuming that tomorrow.
That seems crazy though. Like, you'd have to look, because it's going to be big, right? It's going to be like 100 or 200 pages. They'll debate it, but I don't know either. I suppose we should probably find this out. we can take some of these comments because some of the
Oh
audience
yeah, go
has
for it
some-
because
their own
the budget stuff. There's nothing much more going on. We haven't heard from the Bloc Québécois really. The NDP said that everything's on the table, that they might abstain from voting. Pierre Poilievre, you heard what he had to say, and there's nothing coming out of Carney outside of laughing at it. So
Yeah, exactly. Wise Guy says the cons will vote it down. If it passes, it will be with NDP help. So, yeah, I mean, it's a fair point. Now, Nico was saying that the NDP's already said they'd abstained, which to me suggests...
No.
Okay.
Everything's on the table, so they might abstain.
Man, this is actually pretty, exciting. This could go either way. It's a horse race for sure. It's interesting. Leanne Larson.
It's a bunch of WWE wrestlers.
Yeah, the storylines. Yeah,
it's in suits. They're just in suits instead of being shirtless.
Yeah, Leanne says conservatives don't want election. It's too soon. A strategy that the opposition can do is not all be available to vote. Have flu, for example, then the budget will pass, but they will look good. Yeah, that's a fair point. I mean, I think we're all in agreement. I don't think Poilievre wants an election. He clearly doesn't seem like he can feel like he can win one. Because if he did, this would be an incredible opportunity to get out there and actually, win the election that he probably believes he should have won back in April, or maybe he doesn't. I don't know. But you like to assume that every leader of a major political party thinks that they can win.
Especially when you consider that it was a minority government.
Yeah, it was close.
It was still, as much as people might have forgotten, it was a close election. It was not a blowout. At all. It was close. And, Cab, I don't remember ever seeing your name. Welcome aboard. Hopefully you stick around. Hopefully you become an orphan. Hopefully you comment more, and you become a subscriber. But yeah, I'll pass. No one wants an election. And this is, I almost, as I said before, I almost want this to not pass, the budget not to pass, or to pass, sorry, just so that I can see the mental gymnastic from the conservative supporters to try to explain. How can you ever consider after this you had a golden opportunity to get another election? Because remember, right? We've been told for months now, if not years, that we're coming down at a crossroad. Canada's economy is down the toilet. 1% growth of GDP per capita over the past 10 years, when the US went 20%, so 20 times us. We have a demolished economy. Carney's not doing anything to help it. He's not doing deals with the US. He'd rather go to China and try to make us believe that our climate strategies are the same, that China's not going to do business with Canada if we don't have tax on carbon. But so our country is down the drain. People are losing jobs left, right, and center. Businesses are leaving Canada to go to the US. We're in a really bad spot. This is not a joke. This is the situation in which we are. The Bank of Canada is going to lower the interest rate again. They even said that last week that we need to expect a lower way of living in the near future. So we're in a place where it's not looking good for Canada. We have a problem. The person that's in power is trying to use a shitty budget in order to cause an election because they want a majority to push all the censorship and surveillance bills that they want, that would literally turn Canada into the UK. And we have an opposition leader that's like, well, we would rather an affordable budget than a costly election. How can you support that? However you feel about what he's done over the past 20 years, how can you support an opposition leader that doesn't believe in himself enough to go for the opportunity that's given to him? Because if he really wanted this, he could demolish Carney in an election. If you believe that elections are fair, if you believe that Pierre Poilievre is not controlled opposition, give me a reason why he's not going for it right now, because for all you know, he's not going to get that opportunity for another 3.5 years.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, honestly, I think a much smarter probably the best. If I were advising Poilievre, I would say, pass this budget no matter what's in it, because next year, I think by this time next year, I think a lot of the coming economic pain will hit in full, and the blame will be placed on Mark Carney and the Liberals. Unemployment's going to be really high, and Poilievre will be in a position to actually probably win a majority if he does it a year from now. Whereas now, I mean, the polling, you can say what you want about the polling, but right now it favors the Liberals, and that's just it's a big risk to take. Doesn't mean obviously polling can be wrong for sure, and I can absolutely envision scenarios where Conservatives win, but you can also, I don't know that I would take that risk. If I was Poilievre, I think I'd hang on for another year. Now I got a feeling like Poilievre doesn't even want to do that in a year. I think he wants to just hang on for 3 or 4 more years and just be leader of the opposition. He's having a great time. Yeah, he's having a great time.
Retire right then and there.
Yeah, you see him. He's giving his little canned speeches there, and he's got the cheering section behind him, jumping to their feet and clapping like trained seals all at the appropriate time. It's a good time for him, right? He's collecting a good salary, accruing years towards his pension. I don't think he wants to take the risk that he loses, because if he loses again, man, I don't know that how many times can you keep going to the well with this guy if you keep losing elections with him?
Well, there's a bunch of good comments, and one of them is actually about that. So let's address a bunch of them, because we have great listeners, so great comments. Yep. Derek Seitler is saying, I agree with the cons voting it down, but it will pass with NDP support. See, that aligns with what Kenzie Kraken is saying. It is maddening that the NDP holds the power again. Actually, it's not the NDP that holds the power, it's the Bloc Québécois that holds the power. So they both do. The Bloc Québécois has more power than the NDP.
So does he need both? Does Carney
one?
He needs either the NDP or the Bloc.
Because there are 3 or 4 seats. I think they're 3 seats away from a majority. So technically, they just need a few votes from the NDP, and they could potentially just pass it. So they don't need much to pass it. They really, really don't. And, the best case scenario for Pierre Poilievre is them voting it down, the NDP voting for it. He doesn't lose face. This is the only situation in which Pierre Poilievre doesn't look like even more of a weak leader, if that's the situation. Because if he votes for it, people are going to be like, what the fuck? They're talking about $1 billion. They were outraged by the $62 billion, around $62 billion that Trudeau passed as his worst budget. We're hearing $100 billion deficit right now in Carney's budget. So how can you
well, especially with what Poilievre just said.
Exactly.
Especially what we just heard from there and that it's hard to see how he'll vote for it. But you're right. Yeah, I think for him, maybe he's expecting or hoping that either the Bloc or NDP will kind of save his ass, and he can do the for the optics, talk shit about the budget and vote it down, and then have the NDP or Bloc come in and make sure that there's not an election.
It'd be the best case scenario for him. Duran is saying Canada's not competitive, too much compliance, too much red tape. Why do work here if you can go down south and get things going a lot quicker? Why do you think businesses are leaving Canada to go to the US? We have a prime minister here that's doing everything possible to not exploit our natural resources, to put red tape everywhere he can. And then you have a guy in Donald Trump that's just trying to bring back jobs to the US. He seems to be doing everything possible to bring those companies down. And bro, 91% of Mark Carney's investments are in American companies. So even him doesn't believe in having businesses in Canada. But there's There's another great comment. Here's Sasquatch, man. Always happy to see you, brother. Sasquatch Chronicle is saying, while Canadians argue and debate the budget, the U.S. government has quietly invested in Canada companies like Trilogy Metal and Lithium Americas to secure the supply chain of critical mineral. And if you're smart, when are you supposed to buy shares in a company? Right at the beginning, when they're about to introduce something that's going to change the game, or you buy the dip? They're crashing, but you know that something crazy's coming. You buy there before the explosion. This is I've described Canada as that in the past. This is what, to me, Carney is doing. Trudeau and Carney have been destroying the economy in order to bring it so cheap that international bankers, international companies can buy Canadian companies, Canadian resources for cents on the dollars. And if you're smart, this is exactly what you do. You play the next 5 years. Who cares if it takes 5 years to go up? Who cares? We have the third largest reserve of oil and gas in the world. We have minerals all over the place. We have hydroelectricity. We have wood. We have manufacturing in cars. We have everything here. There's no reasons why we're not a superpower right now as we speak, outside of 10 years of liberal policies. So if you're smart, invest right now. It's cheap. It's super cheap. It might crash a tiny bit more, but then it can only go up. You know that people are going to take advantage of that. So I agree with you, Sasquatch. Always a pleasure for your comments, man.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see here. Oh wait, you just took.
There's a bunch of good ones, man.
Yeah, there's so many good ones. There was one I wanted to get from Wilf. He's asking.
Yes, he was asking you about the January review.
Yeah. I'll put up when I can find it. But basically, Wilf was saying, "What about the January review?" Well, I mean, clearly, if okay, here it is. Wilf Alcock. What if Poilievre doesn't pass his review in January, Rob? I mean, if he doesn't, then he'll be gone. And in fact, that's probably a reason why I think he really doesn't want an election, because if it's a December election, he's perfectly primed to lose his spot there, because if you just lost an election, that's at some point you can't keep going with this guy. Now, if election does not happen, I don't see how he doesn't pass that review. They wouldn't have spent all this fucking effort and energy shipping him out there to Battle River Crowfoot or whatever the fuck that place is called, only to recall him in January. And it's like he's done anything bad. He's done exactly what what you expect from Pierre Poilievre, right? Like, he gets up there. His performance as leader so far has been very Pierre Poilievre-like. And now, if you like Pierre Poilievre, if you like what he brings to the table, you're probably happy with what he's done as leader so far. He hasn't done anything different than what he did when he was leader, before he lost his seat.
I'm curious to see. I don't see him getting removed. I wish he was. I wish they would remove him.
If they lose another, like if the Liberals win a majority in December, I think there's a real good chance he gets removed. But if there's no election, no way.
No, I don't see it. I don't see it either. They've invested too much in him. Leon Larson is saying a spring election is better. They will not have the numbers to vote on purpose, and in a few months the Liberals will be more exposed. I don't know. I will disagree with you. I don't think it's going to be better in the spring than it is now. I think right now is as good as any other chances. But the thing is that the Conservatives can't call an election. Like, it's not in their power to do so. They need a vote of non-confidence. Normally, that's why the budget right now, the opportunity is so good for them, because if it is voted down, they have the perfect opportunity for an election. But in the spring, what can happen in the spring that would cause the Liberals to go for an election?
Well, yeah, I mean,
they have an opportunity to do it now. That's the thing. They have the opportunity, because in order to have a vote of non-confidence, they will have to have the backing of the NDP or the Bloc Québécois, either or. So, or both. I think if I remember the calculation, they need both. They need both party.
And you could, I mean, the spring maybe might be a better time for the Poilievre. It really depends on when the shit's going to hit the fan with regards to the economy. It might hang on by the spring, but with a year from now, I think it'll definitely the tariffs are really going to bite, and you're going to see those unemployment numbers really go up. Bank of Canada the other day, I saw the head of the Bank of Canada was giving a speech, and he was saying you can't replace America as a trading partner. You can't do it. It's not.
There's no way.
No, there is no way. And yes, of course, we should be finding more trading partners, but you're never but to ignore the United States and let that relationship die, expecting to replace someone else, it's not going to happen. I think, of course, the spring election, I think what you're getting at is there's no mechanism to force a spring election, right? Basically, the only reason there might be an election now is because the Liberals want one, and they're going to do what they can to try to sort of force one. But let's say the economy crashes by the spring and polling is terrible and Canadians are sick of the Liberals. Liberals are not going to have any incentive to go to an election, right? They'll be happy with
that's why they have the perfect opportunity.
That's why they want it now. Yeah. They want
Leah and Larson. Good question. And that's the question, right? What will trigger an election? I don't see the Liberals going for another election anytime soon, unless they do something extremely, extremely fantastic that boosts the economy. But I don't see that happening anytime soon. So
no,
it's it's going to be an interesting one. That's for sure. There's a couple more things I wanted to cover today. Give me where my notes right here. Did you hear about this? The NDP MP Leah Gazan on tabling a bill to combat residential school denialism.
I did. That's wild. That? Absolutely wild. 2 years. 2 years in prison.
Did you see the bill?
Yeah, I've seen clips of it just on X, but I assume you've got something there to show us.
Well, I'll play the video because I saw this video when it first came out 3 days ago, and I was like, yeah, whatever the fuck ever. Because it's not going to pass. This shit's not going to pass. I don't believe it for a second that it's going to pass.
No.
But, you know what? Fuck that. I don't want to give her the attention that she doesn't deserve. So I'm just going to show, because I'm sure our listeners have all heard about this. But the part I really wanted to show is the actual, if you look into the bill itself, absolutely insane. You're literally looking at 2 years in prison.
2 years in prison.
So hold on. You probably shit. Fucking X. Oh, there you go. So Bill C254. It says willful promotion of hatred Indigenous people is guilty of an indictable offense and liable to imprisonment for a term not exceeding 2 years. For denying residential schools. What the fuck does that even mean?
Yeah.
That means that everyone who, by communicating statement other than in private conversation, willingly promote hatred against Indigenous people by condoning, denying, downplaying, or justifying the Indian residential school system in Canada, or by misrepresenting facts related to it. So you know that she's talking about the mass graves that never happened, that were shown to be bullshit.
She thinks that's a fact. The fact is that there hasn't been one body. They haven't found one grave, one unmarked grave, one body. And it's entirely reasonable to question that. You know what I mean? This ground penetrating radar that they have, they call it anomalies. It could be literally anything. It could just be a big rock or something. It's a weird piece of dirt. It's not a body. It's not a body detector. They haven't found one yet. And I think they know there's nothing there. That's why they don't go digging for it. Like if you're pulling up bodies, if there are bodies in there, they should be digging them up so that they can be reburied properly. But the fact is, they're not going to dig them up. And the excuse that they use is, we don't want to disturb it. But then at the same time, they want to put you in jail for 2 years when you say, wait a minute, that's funny. Like, I'm not sure that there's even any bodies down there at all because you've never, ever. I mean, and this is just one of these huge lies. A lot of people, like most normies out there in Canada, if you ask them how many bodies have they found in unmarked graves at residential schools, they'll probably say something like a few hundred,
hundreds,
maybe hundreds. If you tell them that no, there's never been one, they'll be shocked. The average person. And there hasn't been one. There has not been one. And they want to put you in jail for 2 years for questioning, for being like, you know, if you have facts to back this up, I'm happy to listen. But you know, you haven't found one body, like, so we can't call this, you know, this is not a national crisis.
No, definitely not. Now, were residential schools the best? Probably not.
No,
but there's a massive difference between saying, they weren't that great, between they weren't that great, and oh shit, there's hundreds of bodies buried next to churches that hosted the residential schools. That's a massive. And for me to say, you know what, I want to see the bodies. Hateful. 2 years. Hateful. 2 years. Hey, are you fucking kidding me?
Wild, but, right?
You can't. It's absolutely.
I love how
insane.
the funny thing is the way she's even worded the bill, right? Where it says misrepresenting facts means you could probably very easily get anything. You could almost certainly win in court if you had to defend yourself, because you just have to bring up that you didn't misrepresent any facts, because it is not a fact that there's any bodies. But of course, just being charged with it going to court would be the punishment in and of itself.
Sylvie's saying they're doing the same thing about questioning the Holocaust. I don't care that I believe in it or not. You should have the right to question it.
Yes, exactly.
So what's the next step? We need to jail all the people that thinks that the Earth is flat. I'm not saying the Earth is flat. But I'm not saying it isn't either.
I don't want to jail people who think it's flat.
I've never been to space. Now, look at the moon landing. Do you really believe that we landed, that the videos that we've seen were from the moon landing? Come on, man. The Armstrong makes it to the moon and he's being recorded from outside. Somebody was there before him to install a camera? Like there was a cameraman that came in?
No. They got out of the ship and installed the camera.
No, they're recorded coming out of the ship, bro. It's the thing. If you look at the technology from back then, you can't convince me that we don't have the technology to go back. But the point is that I don't even care if it's real or not. I don't care.
You have to be able to question it. You have to be able to question.
To me, it's great conversation. I don't care. Let's have a cigar. Let's have a drink and let's talk conspiracy theories. I don't even care at the end of the day if they're right or wrong, because I can't prove it. Exactly. This is the complete. It's so idiotic.
It's so idiotic. If you're so sure you're right, then you wouldn't worry about people questioning it, because you can easily prove them wrong, right? Exactly. The fact that you're needing to put people in jail for questioning it is pretty hard proof that deep down, and probably not even all that deep, you're full of shit.
But it's just, man, again,
it's crazy.
You're 100%. Now, let's, you know what? I saw this today. This is not trending anywhere. Nobody else is talking about this except me, just because it's funny. Here, do you remember back in the days, Justin Trudeau wanted to plant 2 billion, was it 2 billion? Yeah, 2 billion trees. Do you remember that? Like it was one of his thing. Like it was one of his campaign promises that. So the Liberals are canceling Trudeau era plan to plant 2 billion trees after planting 0 trees.
How
they're gonna.
They haven't planted any.
No, from what I know, they haven't planted anything.
What an epic display of government incompetence. Because let's be real here, planting trees is not hard, right? Like we're not talking about landing someone on Mars or the moon. We're talking about planting fucking trees. And planting 2 billion trees, that's ambitious, but you can't even plant one. You know what I mean? Like you couldn't plant a couple hundred million trees. It's not difficult.
I was kidding, right? Like when I said they didn't plant 0, they planted 0. They planted about 100. Okay. They planted seriously. They planted like 160 million.
So they're 5%.
$3 billion commitment. $3 billion commitment, because the Liberals are canceling this in order to save money for their budget. They want to reduce costs. So basically they're scrapping this. But you know what? Why I'm talking about this? It's not because they're canceling it. It's because of how hypocritical they are. They want to tax us through carbon taxes to make us believe that somehow this is going to change the climate change that is a natural occurrence that is not caused by humans. But the one thing that they could do to reduce carbon in the atmosphere by planting trees, they won't do. It's like, seriously, so taxing me is the solution for CO emissions, but planting trees that the food they eat in order to produce oxygen is not a good solution. Like, how can anybody believe in the climate change hoax? How? A tax is a better job than trees, bro. Like, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that hate now? Is that going to be part of a bill that if I say that it's hate because I'm questioning CO2? Trees do not eat CO2. They don't produce oxygen either. Give it 10 years. This will be outlawed. You will no longer be able to say that CO2 is tree food and trees do not produce oxygen. This is a myth. myth. But how idiotic. Again, it's, you know what? Let's go more idiotic. Because this man keeps on giving. This twat never fucking ends. I cannot believe that this guy has not resigned, has not gone fired, somebody hasn't punched him in the face. I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying I can't believe that it hasn't happened. But Doug Ford is still going at it. He still has not stopped. I'm telling you, he kind of made fun of Carney because Carney asked him to stop. Because remember the timeline, right? He got permission. Carney was aware of the ads. Then it was kind of said that Carney approved of the ads. And then Carney asked him to pull the ads. And then he didn't pull the ads, right? He waited till the Monday. So Trump's like, fuck you. No more. Yeah. But then Mr. Doughboy never stopped. He's still talking. And now there's a video that came out today, basically where he kind of making fun of Mark Carney for not taking down the ads.
He called me from Asia a couple times and said, pull the ad. And I said I wasn't going to do it until we're going to pause the ad on Monday. That's exactly what we did. It was 12.4 billion impressions around the world. And they talked about it on the Senate floor. I love the fact that 4 Republicans jumped over and voted against tariffs on Canada. So they were very effective, and they.
Did you listen to this? He basically is saying that the reason Americans are questioning the tariff, it's not because of the billions of dollars that it's impacting the businesses in the U.S. It's because of that twat. It's his ads. It's his ads that changed the mind of Americans, and that is why he didn't pull them. But it gets even better. Listen to this.
Fuck, man.
Oh, he's not a young guy. He's not a young guy. But here's what's, man, somebody needs to shut that guy up. Now, listen to what he said about Trump today.
What's the general impression of Trump in Canada?
He's probably the most disliked politician in the world in Canada because he's attacked his closest family member, and that's the way we look upon it. And when I talk to the governors and senators and Congress people, even Republicans totally disagree, but they're too scared to come out and say anything because the president will go after them. Outside of a few senators, and I want to thank them for coming out and standing with not just American people, but their closest friends and allies, which is Canada. And again, we love the Americans. It's unfortunate President Trump decided to go down this road.
Why? It's stupid. It's stupid, man. Like, just why? What is the benefit to this? It's the whole elbows up mentality. Like, you can't keep fucking attacking the guy. Why do it? You know that he's gonna fucking just. There's no benefit. Like, it's just a cost benefit analysis. There's no benefit to this, and there's a potential cost. Now, is Trump gonna slap on 10% tariffs because of that one comment? No, probably not. It's just the attitude of it. Why keep fucking with this guy, man? Just treat them like an act, like I said, a natural disaster, like just something that is there, unfortunate, but there's no point in yelling at it. There's no point in like screaming at a hurricane when it comes. You just deal with it. Yeah, shaking your fist at the fucking clouds. Old man yells at cloud, basically. Like, just fucking deal with the guy. He's the president of the United States, man. There's no benefit to talking like this.
Mitch Horner is saying, speak for yourself. I agree with Trump more than I do Carney.
Yeah,
I agree with Trump more than I do
too.
Carney, more than I do Doug Ford, more than I do pretty much any fucking politician in Canada. So yeah, you're not alone, bro. And I'm not saying I'm a fan of Trump. It's just, at the end of the day, there's one guy that don't give a fuck, and it's Trump. I wish we had a politician with balls in Canada. Love him, hate him. How refreshing it would be to have a guy that just comes in, fuck you, we're going to call you out. I don't care. This is what I find refreshing from him. Oh yeah, Carney called me. He apologized, and I appreciate, but I don't care. I'm not going to do business with him.
Is that what he said?
Yeah. Obviously, I'm paraphrasing, but Carney apologized, and Trump is just like, oh yeah, it was a beautiful apology. It was
beautiful phone call.
Whatever. Beautiful phone call. It was the best.
Canada
called.
Best phone call.
Canada called.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care, man. I don't love Trump either, but I you know, that side of him, like, I do find that refreshing, and a lot of people do, man. A lot of people like that aspect of just a politician who doesn't give a fuck, who just does not care what the fuck you think, does not care what the liberal mainstream media, and every politician of the last 30 years has cared what the liberal media thinks of them, even conservative politicians. And now you've got one who just does not give a shit, and that's very refreshing to a lot of people, even if they don't particularly like Trump.
Mel G, Alberta Independence, flipping tables, flipping people, breaking tables over people. However you see it, I want somebody that's gonna fuck shit up. That's what I want.
Yep. Well.
But yeah, it's hold on. I don't know what he's talking about. Kenzie Kraken saying, Nico, look for clip of Vasi and Tib Huxon and history lesson. That seems very vague. How the fuck am I supposed to find out?
Yeah.
What it's about, man? I'm happy to be your bitch and do research for you, but what is it about? Huxon and history lesson.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious.
You can take some comments, man. I'm oh shit.
No Dad Forever says Ford's full of shit. I like Trump. Yeah, and a lot of people do. Or at least find him, refreshing change of pace. Trevor says, I'm starting to think these people literally are lizard people. They have no clue. Yep.
They're all working together and they're not working for us. Let's be honest here. They're working for themselves, but it baffles me that there's no call for Doug Ford. We have become so used to stupid politicians that we are, even I'm guilty of this. I see this as a big comedy. I see him as a joke. I see politicians as a joke that I need to follow because, I always remember what Denzel Washington said. If you watch the news, you're misinformed. If you don't watch the news, you're uninformed. I always have that in the back of my head because as much as I think it's a gong show, fucking clown show or WWE for adults, I still cannot believe that guys like Doug Ford is, one, a conservative, and two, is giving himself credit for wasting $75 million, adding 10% tariffs that literally $58 billion extra on our exports to the U.S., and he's still confident in his skills to go in front of the camera and praise himself. It blows my mind. People are not calling for him to I'm not saying he should get shot or executed here, but that dude should be in prison. Like at least that guy should resign for that scandal. That is a massive scandal. Are you kidding me? And it's just like another day. But I guess that's what happens when Olivia Chow is the mayor of Toronto, when the old mayor of Toronto smoked crack and it was still okay. He was still mayor. Like, god damn.
Yeah.
Like,
here's Sasquatch giving us the breakdown of that clip that Kenzie mentioned. So Tim told Vasi, let me give you a history lesson. Vasi looked like she was going to explode. Who's Tim? Tim who?
Tim Hodson.
Okay.
HODGSON. Yeah, the video's 13 minutes long.
It was regarding U.S. buying ownership into Canadian companies for critical minerals. Yeah, I'd be curious to see. Is there like a clip? There's got to be a clip somewhere of just like a minute or two of the part they're talking about.
No.
Wise guy says
I saw two videos. 1:35 and sorry, I saw three videos. One at 35 minutes and two at 13, give or take.
Wise guy says, I think the mainstream media is becoming fair and balanced. That's why they think the cons will win the next election. I mean, I noticed that shift as well, specifically in like, CBC. Again, and I think it's because, they're worried about the funding. But they're always going to have a liberal bias for sure. But if they can move back to at least some semblance of neutrality, that would be nice. I just think that's the best. The best situation to have a healthy electorate is a completely unbiased media. Now we know that's not going to happen, but if it could be less biased than it is, that would be good.
Find a clip though, bro. Most of the clips that are out there are done by guys like me that take the time to listen to a 30-minute video and then clip a 1 minute and a half video. But nobody's doing that for a energy and natural resource conversation, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So in order for that clip to exist, I would need to sit down and spend an hour creating it.
Thunderbird says, I just tuned in. I'm assuming Bloc voted yes to the budget because of a typical backdoor agreement. No, they haven't voted yet. No one's voted yet.
Yeah, that's we're seeing the bill tomorrow.
The bill gets tabled tomorrow, and I believe some people in the comments were saying it's usually within a couple days or up to a week the voting happens. But we'll probably know just by, we'll hear the messaging from the different parties as to what they're going to do about it probably by tomorrow night.
Mitch Horner is saying Moose has a clip. Yeah, like I said, he probably made it. Because a lot of the clips that are out there are made by us, content creators. We do this for you. You're welcome. But I did not watch this. I don't watch a lot of CTV News.
Who's Vassy? Is he a media guy or is he a
no? It's the girl. It's the blonde. It's the blonde. She's not a bad looking girl. She's an older girl. Like she's probably late 30s. Hold on. I'm trying to find because Vassy. She has her show. I can't remember what the name of her show is. Vassy Capellos. Yeah, she's
Vassy.
Yeah, no, she's a blonde girl.
What's her first name?
Vassy.
Oh, is it Vassy Capellos? Okay.
Yeah, her. Like you.
Oh, yes. I know who she is. Yeah. Yep. I see her.
She's done a bunch of interviews, and it's just sometimes she's very uneducated on the subjects that she's covering during their interviews, and that's one that seems to what's happened with this interview. Because I'm reading all the comments, they're like, "Oh shit, she got schooled." Like she was given a history lesson and her head was about to explode. So
yeah, I'd like to see that.
Well, it's there, bro. You can watch it.
Yeah,
you can watch it.
Sasquatch says, "Here's the clip. Do you have a? Can we even put links in? Tim dodges bullets like Neo from the Matrix. We'll get it for the next one, guys. We'll get it for tomorrow night.
Are you gonna look for it, or you expect me to find it? Because
hang on, I will. Wait, who is it? Tim Hodgson. Hodges.
Hodges. HODGES. If I'm not mistaken, hold on, I have it. HODGSON. Sorry, HODGSON is the name of the guy. That's okay. No, Sasquatch is making fun, saying, "Here's the clip. Vassy asked questions, and Tip dodged the bullet like Neo from the Matrix." So that's his. That's the video. That's the clip. It doesn't exist. The whole clip you're watching.
Oh, I see.
That's his description of the video.
That was the summary. I got you.
Yep. Exactly. Hold on. There was something else I wanted to talk about because. Oh yeah, this is somebody. Oh, you know what? Let's play this. This is a subject we covered before. We're always ahead of the
What is
time. Restricted profile. What the fuck? Hold on, I'm gonna download this. Remember when we had Dr. Watley on the show? When we had those two doctors on the show to talk about our health system and how immigration was affecting mass immigration, asylum seekers were affecting our health system. Remember that, right? That was like 2 months ago, maybe more actually. Well, there's a doctor that went in front of a committee to admit that. She admitted that that was correct. And it's about fucking time. Obviously, we all fucking knew that, but now we have proof, I guess, air quote, proof that that is indeed the case. Is this the video right here? I think I got the video right here. Yeah, I got the video right here. So just
I found one
watch
that's 6 minutes.
Yeah, we don't have 6 minutes left, unfortunately. Here is the video, because I think this matters more either way. Like, as much as I like to see liberals get schooled, it doesn't really change much in my life.
How are the immigration levels set by the federal government impacting Canada's healthcare system?
So, as I stated in my statements, the immigration levels are directly impacting particularly urban centers, especially where I work. So it is directly increasing wait times, number of visits per day, even though the number of physicians and nursing staff that we have in order to meet these demands are not increasing.
Dr. Rayo, the federal health minister recently said there's no alignment between immigration and the need for doctors. Should immigration levels be tied to healthcare capacity to ensure our system can adequately support both Canadians and newcomers?
Absolutely.
And Dr. Rayo again, what portion of your current billings are for refugee claimants?
I would estimate around 15%.
15, like 1.5?
1.5.
Okay.
15% of the people going to her office are asylum seekers. 15%. 1 out of 7 people that show up to her office are asylum seekers. People that shouldn't be here, people that don't belong here, people that never participated, people that never contributed, people that are not Canadian, people that are taking advantage of our system, that we are 100% on the hook for, represent 15%. 1 out of 7 people. How fucking ridiculous is that? 1 out of 7 people, yet, you know what's the first thing they ask me when I look to go see a surgeon for my left knee that I busted? Are you in the private sector? Do you have insurance? I'm like, no, I do, but I'm like, no, I don't. Oh, they're like, oh, well, you're going to have to do this, and this, and it's going to take 6 months to a year. It would have taken me 6 months to a year to get an MRI. You know how much time it took me on the private sector? 1 day. I could have probably done it the same fucking day I looked for it. So even in Canada, don't give me this shit that our free healthcare is working. It ain't fucking working. Remember what Dr. Watley said on the show? That is just a very small percentage, like 1 to 5% of people actually use our health system. And in their mind, the health system is great until they have to fucking use it. Then they realize that our system is shit. Now we have doctors telling us that 15% of the people that visit their office are
remember
not immigrants, asylum seekers, people that are here for 2.5 years on our dime. How the fuck are we allowing those guys?
Never have. That's garbage.
We are paying for everything. We are paying for them for their fucking cell phones. And we're letting them use our health system. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
And you remember the other thing that he said is that it's because, first of all, most of our either migrants or asylum seekers are Indians. And in India, healthcare is a status symbol. right? So when they come here and like it's free, these guys are coming here for everything. They wake up with a sniffle, they're going into the doctor. And that uses up resources that's not available for the rest of us, the ones who are actually paying for the fucking services. And 15%, that's an insane number. That is an absolutely insane number. And that right there gives you a perfect example of why we need to have people that are adjudicators that are right there either at the border who are trained to assess the facts of an asylum claim, and in the moment say, no, you're not going to, because right now it doesn't matter how ludicrous or absurd your claim is. You can come from fucking France and claim asylum, and they'll stick you in the 2-year waiting list. Now you will be denied when you come up for your actual hearing, but that's 2.5 years later and $80,000 per year to the country later. And when we could be training adjudicators to be right there, and when someone comes to make a claim, they can just look and be like, no, you're going to be denied. See ya. We can't just accept every single claim because it's a grift. A lot of them are getting denied, sure, but the point is you're here for 2.5 years. You're getting paid. You're not spending anything. And a lot of that money is just going back home. And even if you get denied, you've already cost us $200,000 because you've been here for 2 years. It's crazy.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, see ya.
The only thing that we need to do is start refusing 99% of them on the same day they apply for it.
Yeah.
Where are you from? Which country are you from? Oh, you're from India.
Have a list.
Bye-bye.
Oh, you're from India? No.
Bye-bye.
There's no reason why
Get the
an
fuck out of
asylum
here.
claim in
Get the
India
fuck out.
would be... Right, there's probably a handful of countries at any given time that you would even have be able to make a valid claim. For example, Nigeria right now, right? If you're a Christian in Nigeria, they're slaughtering those motherfuckers. So that doesn't mean you accept every single Nigerian's asylum claim, but it does mean if they say they're from Nigeria, you actually take a real look at it. But you've got all kinds of people where if they say India, be like, nope, India's not on the approved list. See you later.
By
the vast majority
that
of
should be done airports. That should be done
Yeah.
at international airports right there. You have a passport your passport's from one of those countries. You're going to go to that office that's right there. You're going to wait in line right there. They're going to deny you. You're not leaving the airport, bro. Get the fuck out of here. Bye-bye.
And
Get out.
I'm
Bye-bye.
all for
Bye-bye.
the government having a program where they buy your plane ticket, send you home, right? Like just because what's the cost of a plane ticket versus what they would be if they came in, right? It's nothing. $1,500. Who cares?
Sasquatch Chronicle Nigeria is about to get some freedom.
Yeah.
If there's one place,
America, fuck yeah.
Time to save the motherfucking world, Team America.
Yeah.
One of the best movies ever made. Love that movie.
They're gonna drop a few 100,000 tons of explosive freedom. No, I mean that's the thing too. Is David says I bet Canada will take 0 Nigerian Christian refugees. No, they wouldn't. Right? They wouldn't.
No.
But I was just picking a country that has a legitimate, there is something going on in the country where someone could be making a valid claim. Yeah, Durka.
Oh, what is it? Durka. It's Simmons Jihad. Durka.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, what?
He won't stop repeating the same thing.
And then Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. That whole movie is awesome. Such a great fucking movie. Eric Bowen. The fags.
Guys, because I've seen this in we can't I don't think we control it. We just can't. You can't do links. But like I posted earlier, if you just put the link in but erase the dot in .com and just write out dot, it will send, and then we can highlight it and then just put the dot where it says dot. So there's that's a way you can a workaround. Yeah. I mean, Kenzie says we already have too many Nigerians. Yeah, I understand that. I was just saying this is an example of a scenario where there actually is a valid asylum claim. In fact, the matter is it wouldn't be that many. What do we have? 250,000 people waiting on the list for a
That
hearing?
was as of last year.
There's no.
As of
That's
last year.
insane. There's just not that many conflicts in the world that would rise to the level of what an asylum claim is for. Asylum claims are not for poverty, for fleeing poverty, because you come from a third world country and you're poor and you want to make money to send back home to your wife. That's not a valid asylum claim.
No. Again, we should have those people at the airport inspecting fucking passport. I don't care you have a visa. I don't even care you have an asylum form already filled out. I don't give a fuck. You're from India, bye-bye.
Yep.
You're from Pakistan, bye-bye. You're from China, bye-bye.
Yep.
You're from all of
Bangladesh.
99% of the fucking countries that people are coming from.
There just aren't that many
Bye-bye.
countries.
Bye-bye.
that
You're from the
you could have a
US.
valid asylum claim for.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Like, no,
Purple-haired
come
fucking
on,
freak.
man. Yeah. LGBTQ, you're escaping Trump for your LGBTQ values. Sorry, our country's full. We have enough mentally ill people. We don't need more. Bye-bye. You go to Nigeria. You go to Pakistan.
Yeah.
You go to India.
Yeah, I mean that's just it. It's just we're full. We're like we have enough troubles taking care of ourselves right now. Yeah.
100%.
I'm the captain now. Yeah. See.
What the fuck is that from?
It's from the one with Tom Hanks, where he's the captain of the ship because I'm the captain now.
Captain
What's it
Phil, no,
called?
Captain Phil, Captain Bill, Captain something.
Oh,
yeah,
what is it?
it's this skinny black guy. I'm the
It's a
captain
skinny black
now.
guy,
He doesn't
yeah.
even. Yeah,
I'm the
he looks
captain
like
now.
damn, Captain something. It's
Is
not
it called
Bill,
Captain
it's not
something?
Yeah,
No,
it's
no,
Captain
it's not that.
something.
Is it?
Captain
Hold on.
Bill. Captain Philip. Yeah, that sounds better.
No,
Of
it's
course.
Captain Phillips. Okay.
Yeah, that's what
Captain
Mike
Bill.
is saying.
Somalians, they always have that
Captain
look.
Bill.
Like, Somalians are the one, like, so easy to tell. Like the big forehead sloping down to the tiny chin.
You know Mike Desir
but
is
yeah.
Somalian, right?
Is he? Yeah, I don't think that's a Somalian name.
No, he's Asian.
Captain now.
He's Asian. Sorry,
Yeah.
he's Asian. No, but he's another type of black guy, bro. Other type. Yes, Captain Philip. Captain
Wise guy
Philip.
says Mexico is another one we don't need. Well, yeah, and it's just there's not a valid asylum claim from anyone from Mexico. There just isn't. Like Mexico's not even that poor anymore. Like we're getting closer and closer to Mexico. They're getting richer. We're getting poorer. Somewhere we're going to meet in the middle.
There's enough snow Mexicans in Canada. We don't need real Mexicans. And Mike Desir is telling me to eat shit. Yes, bro. I will.
Yes.
You know, about 2 months ago, I was walking my dog like I do basically every morning around the neighborhood where I'm at, and I swear to you, man, there's like 2-3 trucks on the side of the street. They're planting trees. You know, they're hired by the city to plant trees. I swear to you, I felt like I was in Texas again. I felt like I was right across the border from Mexico, like just across from Juarez. It was Mexican music like blasted everywhere. There was one white guy running the crew, and every single employee, there were probably 7 or 8 of them, all Mexicans from Mexico. You know, I don't know if you've ever been down south, if you've ever been close to the border, but I spent a lot of time down there, and you recognize Mexicans from Mexico because it'll be 35 degrees outside, and those guys are in long sleeve shirts. Like they're so used to so used to this weather, they protect their skins. People that live in Canada, we don't protect their skin. We don't give a fuck about this shit. It's hot outside. All those guys have no shirts on. So you know, I know that those guys weren't from here. But even in fucking Montreal, we got Mexicans planting trees. You're telling me that no kids want to do that job? Like, are you fucking kidding me? So no more. We have enough.
I went tree planting when I was 20. I went tree planting for a summer. A lot of people do that. A lot of young people, and I don't know. Maybe they don't anymore. Maybe they're all LMIAs. All right, we're gonna put a pin in it there. Although I want to final thing before we go. Did you see this? This is about the child porn Supreme Court. Some interesting. Even Wob Canoe gets it right once in a while.
Yeah, I
Wob
saw
Canoe
that.
says child porn offenders should be buried under prisons. Like, wow, okay. I mean, yeah, credit where it's due. Wob Canoe actually saying something pretty bang on. Man, the Supreme Court really fucked up when they lost Wob Canoe. When Wob Canoe's like, yeah, these motherfuckers are too woke. They fucked up.
Wop. Yep. For once he's right.
Yep. Broken clock. A broken wob is right twice a day, as they say.
Broken wop.
Broken wob. All right, guys, we're gonna pin it there. Excellent show. Lots of engagement from the audience. Again, new faces. Of course, if you do want to support the show, please consider becoming a member. You can do that through YouTube, or you could even just buy us a coffee, which you can do from the QR code in the upper right-hand side of the screen. Leanne says, "You guys rock." Right back at you, Leanne. Other than that, guys, we will catch you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your night. And
Peace
other than
out.
that, you got nothing?
No. Okay, bye. Bye.